It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Iverson. Left side Irving. Working on Allen. Pulls up on the wing. The shot's good from Irving. Here's Antetokounmpo. Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lets it go from 14.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Back to Irving. Pass to Cheeks. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Iverson, no good. And it's the Bucks ball. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now here's Robertson. Now Moncrief somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Here's Cheeks. Iverson outside. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Now here's Moncrief. Pass to Allen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Allen. From deep. No luck. And here's Irving. And it's stolen by Moncrief. And here's the fast break. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Iverson. Pass to Cheeks. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They set the pick. Allen, that's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
To the middle, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Antetokounmpo. Shot denied. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Here's Robertson. No good on the quick three. Here's Cheeks. And there's the rejection. Allen outside. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Here's Cheeks. Back to Irving. Pass to Cheeks. Now here's Iverson. 4 on the shot clock. Here is Cunningham. The 76ers with another miss. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. Robertson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. They grab their own miss. Abdul-Jabbar. And the basket good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Pass to Chamberlain. Cheeks. Now, here is Chamberlain to end the drought, and it's good on the way up.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Allen. Now here's Moncrief. To the paint. Abdul-Jabbar. And he converts the layup.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Here's Cheeks. Pass to Irving. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Robertson's shot is off. Now here's Iverson. Left side Irving. Hits the front of the rim and out. Here comes Robertson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. A baseline change. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Timeout call to 76ers. The 76ers trailing. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Iverson. On the top of the key. Good as the jump shot falls. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good on the shot. Now Iverson. Outside Irving. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Irving. And here is Iverson. Clock at 6. And it's stolen by Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. And here's Moncrief. He has 6. Robertson with it. Back to Moncrief. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Robertson. The shot's good from Robertson.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Iverson with the ball. Pass to Cheeks. Here is Cunningham. From 10 feet out. Blocked. But he recovers it. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. And it's the 76ers with the ball. 11-point game. 6 to shoot. Here is Hawkins. Shot is blocked. Pass to Robertson. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Here comes Mo Cheeks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Simmons. And they get it. McGinnis bounces high off the rim and drops. Robertson with it. Pass to Dandridge. Back to Robertson. Red. 5 to shoot. Off the screen. And again, it's Milwaukee converted.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
Now here's Iguodala. Here's McGinnis. A floater. There's the block. Pass to Robertson. Knocked loose. And here is Red. Red's shot is right there.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Now here's Iguodala. Pass to McGinnis. On the left block. Now Robertson. Defended by Cheeks. Here's Robertson. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Now Iguodala looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Cheeks. Here's McGinnis. Now here's Iguodala. Cheeks. Here is Hawkins. Will it go? And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And the 76ers making a change here. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That's good from Hawkins. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Now Red. He's got 5. Pass to Dandridge. Red with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Releases. And that one goes long.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Simmons. Here's Simmons. Fades back. Count the bucket. Here's Pressey. 13-point lead. Now Red. Pass to Dandridge. To the inside. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And here is Iguodala. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Hawkins. McGinnis goes up and lays it nice and easy.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Dandridge lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, got it out. Shot is off. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. The Bucks on top. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys. Here's Pressey. Back to Pierce. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Iguodala with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Hawkins. Collins. Now Iguodala. Here's Dawkins. Clock at 4. Beyond the arc. The shot by Hawkins, no good. Here's Pressey. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here is McLaughlin. Pulls it up. Offensive rebound. Back to Pierce. Pass to Pressey. And he gets it to go. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Iguodala outside. Collins. A steal. Here is McLaughlin. Pass to Pierce. Here's the screen. Clock at 6. Right side Pierce. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
The 76ers making a switch here. Here's Iverson. Puts it up from 12. And he gets it to go. Now here is Moncrief. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's the three. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Here is Cunningham. Irving. Right side, Irving. Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Iverson. Off target from the wing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And he jams it with authority. Timeout called the 76ers. The 76ers making the switch here. Here's Philadelphia. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Dawkins. Irving with the ball. But they get it back. Tries again. Indeed, Chamberlain drops it in. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now Moncrief. He's got 6. Iverson covering. And here's Moncrief. Right side Pierce. Pass to Moncrief. Just 4 to shoot. And stolen by Iverson. Here's Cunningham. Off target at the rim.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Iverson with the ball. Now Irving. Back to Iverson. Pass to Cunningham. Dawkins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Timeout called the Bucks. The Bucks making a switch here. Here's Antetokounmpo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Pass to Chamberlain. Backing down. The 11-footer. And he hits the jump shot. Clark, no question who's been in control of this game.
It has been all theirs, fully in control.
Here's Pierce. Abdul-Jabbar. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Pass to Iverson. There's the screen. Here is Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Here is Cunningham. Again, Philadelphia. And the Bucks with possession here. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Moncrief. He has 6. 6 to shoot. A 3 ball. No good. Here is Cunningham. Pass to Iverson. Puts up the baby hook. That misses off the backboard.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. Back to Pierce. Trying his luck deep. Milwaukee the rebound. Another shot. Abdul-Jabbar. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And here's another thing I've noticed. You know, sometimes at the defensive end, he'll come out of nowhere to make a play on the ball, blocking a shot from behind when the shooter had no idea he was there.
The first free throw is good. And the 76ers making a change here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the 76ers with possession. Down by 15. Here's Cheeks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Here's Antetokounmpo. There's the pick. Pass to Moncrief. Pierce. Now here's Pierce. Second shot opportunity, and the bank shot is good. 8 points for him.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Here is Cunningham. Back to Iverson. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Here's Antetokounmpo. He has 6. Pass to Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Moncrief. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He's got 8.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Cheeks. Outside Irving. Right side Irving. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the Bucks making a change here. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Allen, right side. Pass to Moncrief. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. He's got 10. Here comes Mo Cheeks. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Now Irving. Right side Irving. Cheeks. Unloads from 13. Hit his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Back to Chamberlain. And The officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
And here comes Moncrief. He's got 10. Pass to Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The 76ers making a switch here. And so here is Philadelphia. It's a 13-point game. Iverson outside. Pass to McGinnis. Soft touch off the glass. He has 6.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Now here's Robertson. Here's McGinnis. Back to Iverson. Iverson right side. Pass to Cheeks. Irving with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Chamberlain down low. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now Robertson. 7 points in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Moncrief. And he gets it to go. Here's Cheeks. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Irving. Now, here's Chamberlain. 6 on the shot clock. It's blocked. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Robertson. Can't get it to go. Here's Iverson. No luck. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Sidney Moncrief having a dominant impact in this game. And it's the Bucks ball. And here is Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot's good from Robertson. 10 points for him.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Pass to Cunningham. Working on Allen from the baseline. Cunningham gets the bucket. On offense here, the Bucks. They lead by 14. Now Moncrief. And here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. 2 on the clock. Here's Robertson. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Here's Iverson. Pass to Cheeks. Back to Iverson. They get it back. Now, here's Chamberlain. Allen Iverson on the wing. Here's Iverson. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Pass to Robertson. Now here's Allen. Shot clock at 5. Takes it from 10. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Here's Cheeks. Pass to Cunningham. Here's Cheeks. Now here is Irving. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. He has 6.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Abdul-Jabbar. And the shot is good.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Iverson with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Timeout called the 76ers. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Now, here is Irving. Back to Irving. Pass to Chamberlain. 6 to shoot. Iverson. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. He's got 11.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Robertson. Allen outside. Abdul-Jabbar. No good.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
Here's Cheeks. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Irving. Good.
And also, Steve, I think he's the definition of a lockdown defender. It doesn't matter what style of player he's up against. He can handle just about anything that's thrown at him.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. And the shot is good. He's got 15.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Pass to Irving. Good.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Milwaukee with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. Picked him clean. Here's Cheeks. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Iverson. Blocked. Now here's Robertson. Here's Moncrief. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Here's Cheeks. Shoots off the screen. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen shot is off. Now here's Iverson. He's got 11. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
On offense here, the Bucks. A 12-point game. Pass to Moncrief. Now Robertson. Allen outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. Let's go. That one a little long. Now Iverson. Outside Irving. Back to Iverson. There's a screen. Throws it up high. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. And Milwaukee has possession. 10-point lead. Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Well, with the basket here, they could get back to within single digits. Here's Simmons. Pass to Collins. Lock at 6. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. And so Collins nails both of them. Milwaukee in the lead. Now Robertson, 15 points in the game. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. 17 points in the game.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Pass to Collins. Here is Hawkins. Cans the shot from the wing.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Robertson. They set the pick. Here's Preston. Here's Preston. And here is Red. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Here is Hawkins. He has 5. Iguodala outside, but they'll get another chance. Here's Simmons. Pass to Iguodala. Drops in the tray.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Back to Cummings. Here's Preston. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The Bucks making a switch here. 76ers trailing. And here is Iguodala. Pass to Hawkins. Embiid. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. Here's Preston. Here's Dandridge. Here's Red. That 3 off the mark. Here's Simmons. Pass to Hawkins. And here is Iguodala. Iguodala outside. Simmons. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 17. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Pass to Pressey. Now here is Red. Inside. Baker. Here is Hawkins. He's got 5. Simmons. Embiid. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Here's Preston. Shot clock at 6. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Here's Collins. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Terry Cummings grabs the rebound. Here's Dandridge. Pass to Cummings. Buries it down low. Hawkins. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bucks ahead, and we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Here's Iguodala. Pass to Dawkins. Backs down and misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Dandridge. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Well, I don't think you're going to miss too many like those.
Here's Simmons. Pass to Iguodala. Here's McGinnis. He's guarded by McLaughlin. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's good for McGinnis. McGinnis hits them both. Here is McLaughlin. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Robertson with it. Pass to Dandridge. And the three ball is good. Here's Simmons. The jump hook. And that's good off the glass that time.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Now here's Robertson. Pass to McLaughlin. The putback. Slams it back in. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Simmons. There's a good screen. Here is Hawkins. Here's McGinnis. 6 on the shot clock from 6 feet. And he gets it to go. Here's Antetokounmpo. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Dandridge. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Clark, it would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
You know, the chances, Kevin, of that happening are extremely slim.
Came hard off that pick and finished strong. And it's the Bucks ball. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here is McLaughlin. Here is McLaughlin. Here is Hawkins. Now here's Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dawkins. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Are you sensing or feeling a theme here, fellas? I mean, they're taking it straight to the bucket every time down.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Antetokounmpo. The 9-foot shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Here's Simmons. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Pass to McGinnis. Here's Simmons. Here's Iguodala. From outside, off the mark. Here is McLaughlin. Stolen. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And the 76ers making a change here. Milwaukee with the ball. 11-point game. Now Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Robertson. 6 to shoot. Count it from 12. 21 points in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Here's Simmons. Iverson outside. Pass to Chamberlain. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And the 76ers making a change here. Four on the clock. Here's Iverson. And it's blocked. But they recover it. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Dandridge. Clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So it's Philadelphia now. Trailing by 13. Robertson with the steal. Here's Dandridge. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pulls up. Dandridge gets the three-pointer to fall.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Simmons. They set the pick. Trying to get back on track. No good.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Now here is Moncrief. Pass to Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. 4 on the shot clock. Irving with the ball. Shot, no good. Dandridge. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the 76ers making a change here. Here's Iverson. There's the pick. Leaps for it. Here's Cheeks. 6 to shoot. That one goes. Count it. And the Bucks with possession here. And here is Robertson. Pass to Dandridge. Back to Robertson. Shot clock at 6. Swiped away. That's good.
Just the shot they wanted. Point blank range.
Moncrief El Cid with it. Pass to Dandridge. And here is Robertson. A step-back shot here. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. This 76ers squad is struggling. Here is Cunningham. Now Chamberlain. Blocked. Now here is Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Moncrief. No good with the triple. Here comes Iverson. Pass to Irving. Here's Cheeks. And he locks it with the win. Now here's Robertson. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And the Bucks making a change here. Abdul-Jabbar. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Here's Cheeks. Iverson outside. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Iverson. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
Here's Milwaukee now. They lead by 14. Down low. Here's Cheeks. Iverson outside. Moncrief defending. Iverson outside. Stolen away. Here we go, one-on-one. Banked in off the glass. Now the 76ers with it. Outside Irving. Allen Iverson on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Now Moncrief. Back to Allen. Just 5 on the clock. Good. Iverson with the ball. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Here's Moncrief. Pass to Robertson. Defended by Cheeks. And here's Moncrief. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam. That gives him the double-double. Here comes Robertson. Moncrief El Cid with it. And so it's the Bucks.